Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to the latest episode on the Scan Tool Network. In this video, as you probably worked out, we are taking a closer look at the launch CRP129e versus the iCarsoft CR Pro 2 tools, which are quite similar in spec, price and functionality, but we'll get into the specifics of both of these tools, and hopefully by the end of this video you'll have a better idea of which of these tools is best for your vehicles, your needs and the systems within your vehicle. So first of all, I'm going to focus on where you can buy these tools from. Now, there are fakes, there are clones of these tools on the market. I mentioned it in all of the videos, but if you click in the see more or the description box below this video, you'll be taken to genuine products. This one's on Amazon. It's a genuine Amazon product. There are fakes on there. Make sure you go through the link. And this one is through Diagnostic World. It's www.diagnostic-world.com. Ultimately though, so long as you follow the links, you're going to get genuine products. So that's that out of the way. How much are these priced at, and who are they aimed at? Well, the first tool here, the CRP129e, this is currently, I think it's £215 on Amazon, which is about $290. That price is subject to change. It's December 2020 right now, so a year down the line it could be a completely different price. The iCarsoft CR Pro is currently £259, which is roughly $350. But we'll get into why this costs more than this very soon. So who are they aimed at? Well, I would say they're both aimed at the same market. They're both for home DIYers, car enthusiasts, people who have maybe more than one car to look after. You might have a few cars yourself, or you might have a family fleet of cars. You might have a car, your partner might, your kids might, all in the same household. And well, even if they're not in the same household, it doesn't matter. Or if you may be considering your future cars as well, so maybe you own a BMW now and you want to get an Audi or a Mercedes next, it'll cover those as well. So they are multi-manufacturer tools, and we'll get into the specific manufacturers in just a moment. So the physicality of these tools, they are really both well built. They're hard wearing. If you drop one of these, which I have done, they won't break. They've got sort of a tough, rugged sort of feel about them, which is what you need when you're in a sort of garage environment. So unless you drop one of these on a point on the screen, then you're going to be fine other than the screens. So when it comes to manufacturer coverage, let's have a quick look. Oh, one thing to mention also as well is that this tool only operates via the buttons, which we have here. In fact, while I'm here, I'm just going to turn the beeping off. So for this one, you have to use the buttons, but for this tool here, you can't. It is just a touch screen. So if I click on that diagnose there, you'll see the screen lights and it changes. So that's just one thing to bear in mind. This isn't a touch screen unit. Alright, so let's have a look at the launch first of all. So the manufacturers, I'm going to just click on to, well, I've clicked diagnose, and you can see the list of manufacturers here. What we do is we just scroll up and we'll take a slow look at all of the manufacturers that are covered. So it's all of the mainstream manufacturers really, what you would generally expect. Okay. Now for the iCarsoft tool, we click on to Diagnostics, and these are the list of manufacturers here. So again, I'll just scroll through them, and you can pause the video if you need to get a closer look. So all roughly have the main system coverage, or the vehicle coverage. When it comes to system coverage within these manufacturers, that is a different story, because this tool here generally will only cover the main 4 systems. So the main 4 systems are engines, airbags, ABS, transmission. In some cases, like I'm going to show you now, you might get a few additional systems that it will allow you to cover, which are closely linked to those systems. So for example, if we click on to drive here, the main systems are engines, which is the top one, of the transmission. That's fair enough, but you also get access to transfer case and gear selector. Just move that out of the way. And then if we come to, say for example, the chassis, the main one is the ABS, but you do get a few additional. And the body, the main one is the airbags, but you do get a few additional. Don't assume that you're going to get additional system coverage, because this tool is really set up for the 4 main systems: engines, airbags, ABS, transmission. Anything else is an added bonus. if I take you to, for example, let's say another manufacturer, you've got to be very specific when pressing these. If I was to go to, say, Audi, let's see what this gives us. We're not connected to an Audi, so it might give us a connection error, I'm not sure. So system scan. No, it's going to give us a connection error, but ultimately what the point I'm trying to make is we've got engine, transmission, brakes, it's probably going to give us some failures, but ultimately this will give us engine, airbags, ABS, transmission for the VAG cars. This one here, the iCarsoft tool, if we focus on this one just while that's doing its thing, it's probably going to crash, but if we go to diagnostics and we go to the same, let's go to Audi for example. Although we're not connected to a vehicle, sorry, one thing I should have mentioned is that this kit is currently plugged into a USB. I've got a laptop to the side of the screen here which is powering this tool. This tool is powered by the OBD2 cable. So if we go to system selection for this tool, go to manually select, we've got potentially 137 systems we can diagnose. So the iCarsoft CR Pro kit is classed as an all system manufacturer. This one is classed as a main system manufacturer kit. So ultimately you're going to stand a better chance of finding a fault with the iCarsoft CR Pro. I'm just trying to scroll through these as quick as possible and then we'll get back to the video. Are any of these tools wireless? No, you do require a cable to be plugged into these and then the other end of the cable plugged into the diagnostic port to get any sort of connection with the vehicle. They're not wireless tools. I wouldn't recommend the wireless tools in all honesty because the software is quite flaky at times. Special functions is a really important one. So if we click onto this one, we go back. Let's try and get out of this. Please exit current function first. Return. See, it's taken such a long time. Okay. So we'll show you the special functions on the CR Pro kit first of all, while we're waiting for this to just finish what it's doing. I did think we'd get a problem here because we're not connected to an Audi, so I can understand. This wouldn't normally do it if you were connected to the correct vehicle. So if we go to service for the iCarsoft tool, the special functions are oil reset, electronic parking brake, new battery registration, electronic throttle control or calibration, steering angle sensor, diesel particulate filter, DPF, ABS brake bleeding, and injector coding. So those are the, it's giving us what, 8 special functions. Okay, I'm just going to click no to that, and then click return. You know what, I think it's going to be probably a lot quicker if I just, I'm really sorry, I feel like I'm wasting time here. Right, so just cancel what we were doing there. So this one gives you 8 special functions. This one gives us, if we go to reset, gives us brake reset, that's electronic parking brake, so that's that. This gives us oil reset, which is that. This is steering angle sensor, which is that. Oh, I've just pressed that by accident. Electronic throttle relearn, which is that. And then the final one, TPMS reset. This kit doesn't have it. So the functions that this kit does have over this one is the new battery registration, the diesel particulate filter, ABS brake bleeding, and injector coding. But wait right there, because with the launch tool, if we go to mail, or mall should I say, you can buy additional functionality. So let's say for example the brake bleeding or the injector coding or the DPF regeneration, $15.96 to add. It's probably converted to around about 12 or 13 pounds to add each individual functionality. But even if you were to add all of these, you're probably paying around about the same price as the CR Pro, but remember, you've only got access to 4 main systems in this kit. If you pay the overall price, you've got access to all of these already in, and all systems. So again, I'm going to come back to that in a second. Updates are free for life for all of these tools. You get free updates. If you're charged for updates, it's a fake website. Don't do it. Go through the official websites for these tools. Help and support. If you need help and support for the launch tool, then unfortunately, because it's an Amazon seller and all you're really going to get is please return the product for a refund. You're not going to get any help or support. But this does have a certain level of built-in support where you can kind of send feedback if you get a connection problem, and this should get back to you within a week or so. You have to put your email details in and exactly what's happening on screen. With this tool, if you need help and support, then the guys at Diagnostic World, providing you bought it through them, will give you help and support. They have quick access to the official iCarsoft engineers, so that's just something to consider. Do they have print facilities? This one does have a print facility, yes. This one, you kind of can. You have to kind of save data to an SD card, then put it onto a computer. It's not really user friendly. It's not really a quick process to do so. So I would generally say you can, but it's not great. This is a lot easier. Power supplies. This one has a built-in battery, so you can go away and assess data in your own time away from the vehicle. But if you want to connect to a vehicle, you do need this cable. This tool doesn't have a built-in battery. It only gets its power when it's connected to either a USB or the vehicle itself via the OBD2 port. Now this one, I think it has a 5-inch screen, this one has a 4-inch screen, but either way, both of them, they're both big enough to be able to see what's going on screen. And languages, let's have a look at the languages. They both cover multi languages, so let me just go to that. Same with this one, go to settings. So language for the iCarsoft tool, 15 different languages. I'm going to scroll through them now. And then languages for the launch tool, you can see them on screen here. So there we go, both multi-language. You probably get more on the CR Pro kit. Which tool would I recommend? Which tool would I say go for? If it was my money and I was wanting to choose one of these tools for my personal needs, obviously my personal needs are going to be different to yours, but ultimately we're all looking to diagnose or get as many manufacturers and system coverage out of these tools as possible. So with that in mind, it costs a little bit more to buy outright, but the amount of additional functionality you get, the amount of additional system coverage from the iCarsoft CR Pro is the reason why I would choose this one every step of the way. Like I say, you get much more out of the tool for an additionally small extra cost. Like I say, even if you were to buy the additional special functions using this tool, it still only covers the main 4 systems in most cases. So although they're both really good tools, if you only need it for, say, like engines, airbags, ABS, transmission, then absolutely, this one's a fine tool to go for. But if you want that additional coverage, go for the CR Pro kit. That's all I'm going to say. Like I say, this kit is available at Diagnostic World. It's www.diagnostic-world.com. This one is, well, I'm going to put the link in the description below this video. Ultimately though, if you make sure you go through the links, you're going to get genuine products. I can't stress that enough. Okay, thanks very much. Did I mention the prices? I'm sure I did. This one is like £215, which is $290. This one is £259, which is about $350. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps, and I'll see you on the next episode on the Scan Tool Network.